Hello, hello, hello. Aloha. Welcome back. Oh, look, look, a hair over here because I just dropped my microphone. Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to the Real Trash Podcast, everybody. Thank you for being here on another episode of the Real Trash Podcast where we talk about trashy subjects on our podcast. It is episode 20 today. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it's already episode 20, y'all. Oh my goodness, so exciting. Today is October the 5th of 2024. I cannot believe that either. What a crazy journey, y'all. So we have 5 more weekends left until November 5th of the election. Okay, that's exciting. But before I get into that, I forgot to introduce the rest of the podcast, y'all. Yeah. Welcome to the Real Trash Podcast. We talk about trashy subjects from politics to celebrity news to Disney news and to my weekly update on how my weekly week has been. Yeah, and you guys get to be the counselor, and you get to listen to me talk about my week, and hopefully you can learn something. Also, my number one subject, as I always talk on my Real Trash podcast, my number one subject I talk about is disabilities, and that is a big thing I do on this podcast because I have disabilities, and I want to tell you that yes, I was diagnosed with my mother. I mean, when my mother had me, not with my mother, when my mother had me in 1998, had a C-section. I came out, and yes, I was diagnosed with hard of hearing that year that I came out. And yes, so I can interpret to deaf people. I can also understand what deaf people are saying to me. Yes, it's really beautiful thing that no. Also, um, it, the Real Trash podcast. Also, I have autism and intellectual disabilities. So I might be a little more joyful than other people. I might be dancing by myself without any music in the background. Okay, that's the kind of autism I have. I might even be dancing at the doctor's office and on the on and the concrete, the curb. Okay, like that's the kind of autism thing about me. Also, I have intellectual disabilities. So intellectual disabilities from learning disabilities. So I might need help in the classroom from learning sign language. And not learning sign language, I meant learning I might need more stuff to learn. So I might need a note taker, or that I might need extra help in the test that I'm in a different room in the test. Um, um, and I might need an interpreter to sign to me in class. So yeah, there's so many different things. But yes, I'm one of those disability uh, podcasts. And welcome anybody to my podcast. As you can see, on my first the first the intro. As you can see, I was Tinkerbell for Halloween. Hopefully I can figure out something else for this Halloween, y'all, because oh my goodness, I would love to be something else this year for Halloween. Oh, I would love to. Um and yeah, so yeah, welcome. And yes, I'm from the island of Oahu. I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii, y'all, you guys. So welcome to my podcast, and everybody is welcome here. And yes, I always tell people that not every disabled person is like me. Some people are very miserable, even though they have a disability. Luckily, I'm not like that. So if you need the encouragement that you have a disability and you're trying to figure it out, what it is, try to you don't have to match my energy, but just try to think more positive, think more positive. Yeah. So, you guys, we have 5 more weeks left until November 5th. The election comes, and we are going to figure out who the president of the United States is this November 5th. I cannot believe it. It is so close, y'all guys. So close. Um, yes, it's been a crazy week for me, y'all. My weekly update. I will tell you that on the last day to register is October the 7th, you guys. Um, and then October 9th is ballots are mailed out and first day of early voting. The early voting is on October 9th, you guys. October 9th is early voting. So you can go to the polls and vote early. You can get your ballots in the mail early. And yeah, so hopefully you're into that. October 29th, last day to mail back your ballots. So that is with early mail-in ballots. So if anything like that, early ballots, whatever it is, your last day is October 29th, the last day. And then it's November the 5th, the election day, you guys. We will know who the next president of the United States, the next president and vice president of the United States of 2024, you guys. In the next 4 years, you guys. Um, yeah, so it has been crazy. As you can, I don't know if you can really see this, but look, somebody did this for me, Harris, and it's 2024. So you know who I'm voting for. And I've been waving my sign um, where I grew up at. Um, and I've been helping out, waving my sign just to get people to recognize who Kamala Harris is in a red district. I've had few incidents. One incident, somebody decided to point their gun and try to shoot Kamala. That was the first incident I had. And I was like, wow, this is pretty crazy, okay? Then there was a second incident I had was when somebody decided to take my huge sign that I had for Kamala Harris and walls and they decided to run and destroy the sign. That's two Trumpers, okay? Two different Trumpers. Actually, there's another story that happened. There was another story with Trumpers. One person had a Trump sign out, had a huge Trump sign out, 2024, huge Trump sign, was trying to have conflict with me, did that, whatever. Then another person decided to bring their signs out, Trump signs, and then they brought this whole banner of Trump. Okay, had a whole thing. So I just been getting attacked so much. Then this other one decided to. This last incident was just crazy. This guy almost ran me over with their car. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They must be so miserable with their life that they have to do that to me. Right? That's just crazy. I don't care. That's not the way. Democrats, that is not the way, right? We don't do that stuff. We never do that. And you know what else? What is the way we solve things to make sure we win the election? We vote. That's vote, right? We vote, and we do things. That's when, from uh, waving your sign outside or whatever it is, you take action. You go and do something. Get it done and vote. The most important election this year is to vote. I know we're talking about this, but this is something that is so important, okay? So remember that the last um, the last day to register to vote too, you guys. If you have not registered yet, the last day to register is the 7th of October. It's real close. It's 2 more days. Oh my goodness, kind of crazy. Then October 9th, the first ballots will be out in the mail, ready to vote, the early ballots. Then October 29th is the last day to vote for mail-in ballots, to mail your ballots back early, whatever. November 5th, those are the last people that can go to the polls and vote on November 5th, you guys. So yeah, that's my current update on that. So I am Kamala Harris and Walls. It, it is time for them to. We cannot have this other guy. Also, we did have a vice presidential debate last week. I can see that people didn't like that. I was with a lot of people, and we watched the vice presidential debate, and it was so good because Walls really proved why we have to save democracy. Because the biggest thing for me was in that debate was that JD Vance, they asked, do you think that the 2020 election was rigged? And he, of course, went over and didn't even answer the question. He went over the question and answered something else. So that means that tells you there's a cult right there, right? So I can't trust it even more. No, I have to go for Democrats all up and down the ballot. We're like 3 seats here in Arizona, 2 to 3 seats. I think it's 3 or 4. 3 or 4 seats, 2 or 3. See, to to make a Democratic uh, majority here in Arizona. It hasn't happened, I think, in 90 or 60 days. So it would be, I meant 90, 60, I meant 90 to 60 years. So that's been a long time. And so it is time for a change here for 90, 60 years. That is crazy. That is real wild. That's wild, you guys. That is wild. We need something else here, you guys. Also, you guys, um, let's not talk about politics. Now, let's get into a different subject. Let's get into my lifestyle, right? And how do I deal with everything going on that side, right? And then trying to deal with my own life. Because let's just say, let's see, right? How can you think how I'm doing? I'm a regular life, right? I'm over here doing stuff because I care about democracy so much that my life right now is in a, whew, it's like all over the place, right? Um, I don't know if somebody's texting me, but yeah. So it's like all over the place. So like I said before, um, I just started talking to my grandmother again a little bit. Um, I yeah, I started to talk to her for a little bit. Um, so yeah, it's nice to talk to her for a little bit, because you have those memories and you don't want to forget those memories before they die. Um, the good times, now the bad times, I don't think I want to remember those times. But also, um, I'm talking to another friend. Also, I'm just trying to figure out, where to live. Like I said, it's been each month, right? We have a lot of Trumpers in my house. We have Trumpers. It's some of my family Trumper, and I was. I'm not gonna say I was a Trumper because just because I supported him at some point of my life, I feel like it wasn't really true that I really liked him. Because I think I was just doing it because I live with the people I live with, and they really got into my head with a lot of the conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff. You know how conspiracy theories they are. They're very good at that. Um, and yeah, so I had to do what I had to do at the time. Now, when I look back at it, I'm like, should I have done that? I don't think I should have done that. But you know what? I also learned something out of that. So I know I can tell who is who. But yeah, there's some Trump family in my family, and um, they're not going to like me. And sorry to say that. I'm actually not sorry to say that because democracy was threatened on January of 2020, when Joe Biden was elected as president and gonna get sworn into office. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That was just crazy nonsense, and I can't see that, and I don't know how some of my family can not see that either, because they're thinking about the economy. Well, somebody was telling me this too, like, no, the economy, if people can be still shopping out there, people still eating food, and there's a whole thing of people, whole crowd of people eating at a restaurant, you can't tell me that you can't afford the economy, right? So that's what somebody told me. I said, that makes a lot of sense. That's so true. Um, so yeah, it's just nonsense. So, I'm trying to figure out where I need to live. Right now, I'm gonna be homeless again. So yeah, this is the state of mind I'm at. Like I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying to stay. The government here in Arizona, like, why don't you have enough housing out there for us to stay at? What is the criteria you need to be met at? Because people have died from waiting for the government to give them assistance for this stuff, and that is the saddest thing to hear. Um, but yeah, I just it's just crazy, and so still working on my mental health, as you can see, but it's getting better. Talking to my counselors. Some of the counselors I just cannot stand because they just be thinking they know everything. Just because you're a counselor doesn't mean you know everything and you can rule everything. Okay? Maybe you have some problems too, and you're still trying to counsel somebody else. Now that's the problem. Okay? But there's a lot of people that think they know it all. So, let's just try to teach this person too. It's just that kind of stuff, counseling. Then I went to the cancer doctor this week to figure out there's like a blood clot. It's been down there. I need to get x-rays done. I need to get x-rays done. Um, I also asked for a hearing doctor. I need to go back to the hearing doctor just to get my hearing aids checked. Usually, with hearing problems, you're supposed to get a hearing test done each year. But my insurance doesn't give us dental, doesn't give us hearing. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about that's messed up. That shouldn't be a problem to have free dental and free vision, vision or hearing for your hearing. Like that shouldn't be a problem, but it's such a problem in our government that it needs to be solved. Yeah, so I was there for a long time, and then I went to a black conference, Black Power. It's called Capital B. I went there. It was really good because it was people in Arizona, black folks in power or still in power. That they really talked about how they got to this journey and how racist this country is when that Trump has jumped in and that has twisted the black community around. And so even when you're in power, you also have to make sure that you keep your head straight and your shoulders back and telling people that, yeah, it's still the same as the Democratic Party, but trying to not look at the pores of the Republican Party. Um, the Republican Party, the MAGA Party really torn it apart. And so it's just amazing to see all of these black folks that are here, that are in power, and more coming here to where I live at in Arizona. So it's really, really cool and really great experiences, you guys. And I love it. So yeah, that's been my update. What else? That's it. Yeah, so I did Oh, I went to doctor. Oh yeah, I got the hearing. Yes. So you got to hear everything this week. So we will see. I know we're gonna get another eviction notice. I know that the ports or something. There was a strike, and now what is it called? Toilet paper. You better get some toilet paper. And oh, what else? The other thing that's food. Higher prices on food. But look, I bet people are gonna still eat food and pay that higher price. So there's no way. There's no way. There's not gonna. You guys. But yeah, I hope you like this Real Trash podcast today. Thank you for being here on another episode with me today. And thank you for being here on another Real Trash podcast. And I know it's been a crazy, yeah, it's just been crazy. And I'm just so thankful that we get to be together on my podcast. And, I get to talk to you guys because it's so nice to be able to talk to you guys. And it has been a crazy week, a crazy year. But I'm so thankful you get to be here on this journey. And yeah, thank you for liking my reels. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, my YouTube channel, subscribing to watching my reels on YouTube reels, from watching me on my Real Track podcast. Like, this is amazing. I thank you guys. I know somebody tried to get rid of my YouTube channel, but good try. Because you know what? I know there's a lot of haters, there's Trumpers. That, like I said, they don't know how, they want to destroy, they don't know how to vote. So, you guys, let's do this. We can do this. We need to vote, vote, vote. If you get anybody else, get them to vote. First time voters, please get them to vote, you guys. Okay. I love y'all. And at the end of my videos, I always say, ahui ho, and always be yourself. Real Trash Podcast, and my Ohana Angels out there. Thank you for watching my podcast. Love y'all, and I'll see you next week. And what do we do when we fight? We win, right? When we fight, we win. Yes. Okay. Love y'all. Ahui ho. See you later. Bye bye. Until next time.